underway here at the New York Stock Exchange. The most actively traded name, UTX, 3 cents better than expected. We're seeing an 18% surge in net income. They make elevators, Pratt & Whitney engines, Sikorsky aircraft there also, and they boosted their forecast for the full year. That's an all-time high for UTX.
As we told you just moments ago, White House spokesman Scott McClellan has resigned. In the next hour, we're going to talk with Chief Washington Correspondent John Harwood about what all that means, so I'm looking forward to that conversation. Also, I completely forgot in the press of all the earnings news and everything, we've got oil inventory data coming out in half an hour, so that could be a market mover as well.
I didn't forget one important thing. And you know what?
What?
You share your birthday with a couple of other beautiful celebrities.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd and Kate Hudson also are celebrating their birthdays with you today, Mark.
No, well, we're getting together later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little birthday lunch. Tomorrow, eBay's chief exec, Meg Whitman, joins us for live first on Cnbc interview. That's all the time we have. I'm Mark Ames.
And I'm Erin Burnett. It is time now for Morning Call.
Good morning. Hey, welcome to Morning Call live from the New York Stock Exchange. Long time no see. I'm Mark Ames.
And I'm Erin Burnett. Good to be back with you. I'm in for Liz Klayman today. Upbeat earnings are adding to the market's upward momentum, offsetting concerns about higher than expected consumer inflation data. This comes just a day after stocks posted their biggest one-day gain of the year. Let us show you what we're seeing. And right now, the Dow extending that up 0.2% or nearly 23 points. The Nasdaq is also higher by close to 5 at 2360. The S&P 500, though, interesting here, down, well, looks like Mike Thompson is incorrect here, up fractionally, about half of a point. We have everything covered for you this morning. Bob Pisani at the New York Stock Exchange with stock market reaction. Hampton Pearson is in Washington on inflation with the latest on the Fed, and Mary Thompson on the earnings beat. We begin, though, with Bob Pisani.
Good morning, Erin. And here's what matters to stocks, folks. And we've been saying this for a long time, but in the last 2 days, what you see move the stock market is inflation expectations. Look what happened yesterday. The core PPI was a bit weaker than expected. Inflation at the wholesale level. Market rallied. That was a big factor in the market rally yesterday. Today, what happens? Core CPI, inflation at the consumer level, is a bit stronger than expected. S&P futures immediately drop from up about 4 points to virtually flat. And as a result, the stock market has been struggling to get into positive territory. We just had a few more advancing stocks and declining stocks today, but without the CPI report, folks, we were headed for possible 5-year highs in the S&P. So that's what matters right now to the stock market. The other thing that matters, at least to individual stocks, is certainly guidance. And what's been going on here today? We've gotten guidance all over the place. Take a look at 5 stocks, and I'll run through for you very quickly. Seagate is right here to my right, still got a big crowd in front of it. Their guidance was disappointing. I won't get into all of the numbers, but you can see what it's doing there to Seagate. United Technologies is the reason the Dow Jones Industrials is doing much better than the other indices here today. UTX raised their full-year guidance. They're now roughly in line with the analyst estimates, and they're just sitting at a historic high. Merrill upgraded the stock to a buy. Texas Instruments did all right. They make, of course, the semiconductors for cell phones. They posted a strong quarter. They gave good guidance. They doubled their sales of chips for their 3G phones. That's where the future is. Citigroup and Bank of America raised their price target. We're right near a multi-year high. Yahoo posted good numbers. They gave good revenue forecast for the second quarter. Look what it does for them. Allstate in the insurance group, they also boosted their 2006 guidance, and you can see how much that's helping them. It's guidance individually that's moving stocks here today. We don't have a lot of new highs here today, not surprisingly. If we would have had not had that core CPI number, we would have had a lot of new highs. But railroads are doing very well here today. Many of them are at historic highs. Burlington Northern, you'd see them all. They're all sitting there right here at historic highs. Union Pacific. And Mark, CSX having a meeting today, is that right?
A conference call, Bob,
That's right.
And apparently there was a lot of good news. All right. Joining us with his take on the markets now, Ernie Ankrum, Chief Investment Strategist at